Hello friends and welcome back to the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. This went exactly where I thought it was gonna go, I'm gonna be honest. I was like, well, okay. If we're not gonna join them, we're gonna beat them, I guess. That's not how that saying goes, but that's... okay, well... Do I recognize... Oh! Uh-oh. Okay, so we've got Patrice. Right, my sister. Right. Ugh, right. Okay. We've got some sister drama here. All right, Fortuna, everything is set to go. Get your crap in order because it's about to get real. Let me know when you're ready and we'll review the program and campaign plan. The other option I can do really quick, and I might do... I don't know, I'm torn. I'm like, oh shoot, I forget. I gotta go walk down all the stairs. Cause I've got a lot of stuff. I could do, let's see, the Moonstone Temple. Let's see, the Unspeakable Dimensions, the Temple. Sure. Let's see. The Shaman. It's a lot of wind. That would be fine. Oh. I'm thinking. Because I know that they're very much of like, hey, now that you know. Oh, yeah, these are like the special cards. We could probably do something like the Shaman or something like that. Or Pilot from the Machina Cult? And then... Asteroid might be nice. I'm a little running low on fire, though. Obsidian Sledgehammer. An Arbiter's Book. Oh. The Inevitable 3. Okay, this one's gonna be... Sure. I don't know. I thought I had enough. For... Okay, this is... a very eclectic card. It's fine. Let's see here. Let's make the bird a little bit smaller. We gotta put the key under the rock, right? Like, that's just... Oh my gosh. Every time. Let's see. Rotate. Yeah. No, we're doing it. We're doing it. That can go there. Oh, you can barely see it. Wow. Wow! And then... This is like guarding something. I don't know. Let's make that a little smaller. And then this can go in the... Oh, wait. No, we got another bird. We need to rotate this. Flip this? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Make that a little smaller. In the robot armor, I think is what this is supposed to be. Yeah. A robot armor awaits. I need to give it at least a leg. Maybe two? We'll see. But we can say that the arms are hidden, and that's fine. Okay, take that and flip it. That's why we only have one leg here. I'd assume they're legs. I think I need a torso, technically. There's just a robot with no arms hanging out in here. Why not? And then some jewels scattered on the ground. Oh, I guess this is supposed to be a head to the robot, so never mind. We'll put it here. Oh, jeez. Every time. Sure. See, that looks pretty good. It's not. I didn't look. Well, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know what this is. I didn't read enough. Sure. I'll put that here because it blends in. Oh, there's 3 birds. Should I mess with this bird too? Looks like he's dancing. Oh, thank goodness. Sorry, my cat decided to join me and sit under the desk instead of trying to scream at me for sitting at my desk. So that's good for her. Okay, there we go. That looks great. Not my most thought-provoking card, but good enough. Okay, the Moonstone Temple is a gateway to illumination. Mecha pilots are excellent guardians. With its massive figure, the mecha enforces authority. The birds of prey carry this message throughout the cosmos. So we've got alliance, leadership, purpose, guardian, ego, authority. That's a really good card for the plot that's going on right now, actually. Cool, I'm glad I did that. Okay, well, now we've got our sister trying to ruin everything, so let's go walk back up the stairs. It's funny every time because it takes so long. Okay, all right, sis. It's fine. Let's invite you. Let's see what we've got. I'm worried. How are you? I mean, awful, anxious, I guess. I don't know. Good. Hold on to that fuel. Did you meet with Dahlia and Jasmine? No. How come? I wanted to catch them off balance. Whoa, I didn't think you had it in you. But that's good news for the race, I guess. Okay, allow me to give you a rundown of what's ahead. We have to define a program and a plan. First, we'll analyze our opponents and I'll interview you to see where we stand on the main issues. Then we'll sketch and review a program. Once we get to something solid, we'll form a team and schedule some campaign actions to get the ball rolling. The date for the election congress hasn't been decided yet, but we're against the clock as of now. All clear? Yes. Good. First of all, did someone tell you about the 5 pillars of the coven? You know, judgment, law enforcement, forbidden arts, mortal affairs, and witch duties. Sure did! No. I don't need it explained again. Because here's the thing, my friends. You had both Dahlia and Jasmine explain it to me. You can skip it. I understand. Good. Let's start dissecting our rivals then. Who do you want to start with? Let's start with Dahlia. Understood. Dahlia's not from Earth. On our home planet, politics have evolved and twisted more than anywhere else in the explored universe. She comes from the demonic Desertlands, where matriarchy-based warlordism and chieftainship are the primary form of organization, even nowadays. I'm not saying to underestimate her, but we can expect her to not be well prepared to navigate the intricacies of a political campaign. She gives a lot of force. On the other hand, Dahlia's politics seem to be very different from her homeworld's. From what I've gathered, her focus seems to be collectivizing the Coven's duties and responsibilities, distributing the Coven's power horizontally. Level the playing field is practically her slogan. Whoa! How did you manage to get all that info in so little time? I am an archivist and all of this is public domain. No sweat. Now focus. Her program is this. Come on, my friends! Okay, referendum. Dahlia argues that in a community this compact, we should have to account for every member's input, regardless of their background or preparation. I agree. Enforcement? None whatsoever. I kinda disagree. She believes in amicable resolution. That's well and good if everyone agrees to that. And should dialogue fail, she wants to leave the matter in the hands of the arbitrage office. Her point being that we don't need to police ourselves when we already have the magical pact. Forbidden arts allow free access to any kind of magic and control them through education, not banning. Mortal affairs cut all ties with mortals. Dahlia believes we're too privileged to be messing with people's lives. She thinks we should leave them be and focus on the cosmic and the magical. Witch duties, magical tax. Have every member of the coven share a percentage of their magic output to pool resources for the benefit of the clan. So it's a little communistic, yes? And finally, she believes we should scatter Adana's remains so more witches can ascend and our coven can become more diverse. I think I agree with that, though. As you can see, Dahlia is betting on a kind-hearted community that requires goodwill to work. Almost utopic, I must say. Which, again, see, that's the thing I'm worried about, is that you want to bring in all these people and all these different points of view, and you don't want law enforcement? I think it's great until someone disagrees, and ultimately someone's going to. What do you think is the best strategy to undermine her program? Okay, let's see. So we've got point out the failure of communism. I want to expose her naivete. I can't say that. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, faith in good intentions is ridiculous. See, I agree and I disagree. Because I think there's always going to be someone, unfortunately. Good one. The ideal community she wants to paint a picture of isn't a reality. We'll focus on conveying that to the rest of the coven. Okay, now let's capitalize on your intimate knowledge about your rival. I don't like this. What would you say is Dahlia's strongest point? I would say her overwhelming charisma and the confidence she projects. Yeah, if this were a popularity contest, she'd have the upper hand. I'm sure her campaign will kick off with a lot of momentum. We can't hope to defeat her on any revolutionary grounds. We'll have to play on your intelligence and mysticism to get a bite of her cake. Alright, what about her weaknesses? What is Dahlia's most critical flaw? Wow, no. I would say impulsive, impatient, and gets angry easily. Good. If we can provoke her during debate, the coven is sure to question her ability to rule. We should be on the lookout for opportunities to get her mad during the campaign. Is this really necessary? It's your call, but if we don't exploit your opponent's flaws, it'll make it less likely for you to become the next leader. Politics are ugly, I know. But also, let me tell you, you should expect the same from your rivals. Friends or not, I'm sure they won't be pulling any punches. Be ready. I'm already regretting this. But sure, whatever, I'll handle it. Shall we go over Jasmine now? Yeah, sure. Jasmine was born in a small English town during the Industrial Revolution, circa 1800. That put her in a cultural sweet spot for amassing the sympathies of the coven. She's a young witch in the eyes of the eldest, medieval and ancient witches, but not so alien as us contemporanean, there it is, witches with our world wars, TV, internet, and other global lunacies. Jasmine gets along with us, but is also part of the last decent generation, according to the most conservative witches. Her politics are a liberal revision of Idana's, removing the most tyrannical mechanisms by reducing punishment and responsibilities. That will maintain the status quo, but give more room for individualism and personal enterprise, free from so many duties and the fear of failure. Her program to achieve this is: judgment will be performed by a quorum of the 4 eldest witches in agreement with the leader. That is the sweetest candy of her program for the old lot. Enforcement will work with the system of strikes. She hasn't specified how many yet, but should a witch accumulate enough warnings, she will be expelled from the coven. I don't hate these. Way less radical than exile, and the worst case scenario is the freedom to start anew elsewhere. Forbidden arts. Regarding forbidden arts, she won't change a thing. Anything deemed dangerous by the eldest witches will be banned. Then, that's the one I disagree with. I think the thing is, who dictates what's forbidden? And if it doesn't impact anyone else, is it a problem? Then, for mortal affairs, Jasmine proposes a model of protection and guidance. What is good for humanity? What should we protect them from? I guess that'll be determined by the quorum of the eldest. Lastly, as for witch duties, she proposes a policy of no vigilance. Jasmine argues that we should trust every sister will have the coven's interests in mind, and that there's no need to evaluate or impose any duties on any member. And, of course, regarding the trending topic, Jasmine wants the coven to devour Adana's corpse so we all become more powerful. Take a minute to interiorize Jasmine's program. Sure. Done? Done. Perfect. So tell me now, what do you think is the best strategy to undermine her program? feel like these plans benefit the powerful and forsake novices. Might be... because they're not lax. Interesting. If we adopt this strategy, we may polarize the Coven's opinion. But in the long run, we could gather the support of the young and weak, plus the support of the most compassionate elders. It may do the trick. Good, good. Now, to assess the candidate herself, let's use your privileged info on Jasmine. What would you say is Jasmine's strongest point? She... I didn't give the vibe that she was manipulative. I would say she is a pillar? Because the thing is either her resourcefulness or her pillar. Because essentially it's like she gives... the thing is that she knows how to work the room a little bit. She always manages to find a way out of any problem. Plus, her garden provides her with a great variety of tools to deal with just about any situation. Yeah, I was thinking that too. She has many contacts and smart ideas. She's going to be hard to corner, I see. But when it comes to resourcefulness, I believe you have the upper hand. I mean, you got yourself a new deck while exiled, and what a deck. Yeah, maybe. Took me a couple of centuries, though. Whatever, let's focus on the present. Now to her flaws, what would you say is Jasmine's weakest point? I almost would say she's easy to intimidate because she wouldn't refuse to rock the boat. And that's why she had to report the behemoth to Idana. Oof, that's one ugly road you're suggesting. But should the situation get desperate for us, we could try and scare her into place. Nothing aggressive, of course, but there are many ways to produce threats and fears to throw her off her game. I feel so bad doing this. Toughen up, Fortuna. Her advisor will be doing the same about you, no doubt. Plus, these are emergency resources. If we play our cards right, we can hope for a clean victory. Focus on bringing your best game, and I won't have to push any ugly buttons. Talk about pressure. Alright, now for the third candidate. What? There's more? It's you! Of course, no one told you. No? Who is it? No one truly thinks she poses any threat to Dahlia or Jasmine, but she is a candidate nonetheless. We should study her. I believe this dark horse has a chance of surprising us all. Tell me who it is already, come on. Capressa, the historian witch. Oh, so it's a new character we just don't know. The eldest witch in our coven, she precedes even Idana. Capressa is originally from Earth, but ascended way before humanity started even writing. She has an infallible memory. All events get registered inside her tree rings. We worked together many times at the Coven's archives. It's a never-ending enterprise to register all her knowledge on paper. The thing is that she's always played a secondary role in the Coven, just supporting us with her wisdom. But apparently Capressa isn't a fan of change and isn't happy with the direction Jasmine or Dahlia want to take the Coven, so for the first time, she's running for leader. Her program is easy to sum up. She wants to keep things exactly as Idana left them. Really? Moreover, she advocates for preserving Idana's corpse as some sort of oracle, to keep using her as a channel to consult with the gods and to set the direction for the Coven. Wow. Screw Capressa. Screw her program in any case. I know Capressa personally, and she is very kind and helpful. But yes, no one wants the ghost of Idana to keep ruling over us. She has very few supporters, all among the eldest, but I wouldn't underestimate her. Capressa has this special mystical aura around her. Combined with her vast knowledge, she's sure to impress many voters during the campaign. Depending on how gruesome the race gets, we could scare some of the most conservative witches into switching sides from Jasmine to Capressa. I see. It's true, because Jasmine's closest to Idana's original campaign. As long as we don't underestimate Capressa and keep her in check, it all should be fine, though. Understood. Alright, are you ready to start defining our program? Do you want to take a break? No. I chose a good time to break, because we're only 20 minutes in, baby. No, let's get this over. All right. Okay. We'll go over every point, assess our options, make some choices, and we have a first draft we can review any aspect to iron out the program. It's okay to borrow some ideas you may fancy from your rivals, but try to make a program that's unique enough to be your own. What if it's a combination of both? Okay. First point, judgment. Right now, this is where our rivals stand. Shut up, I know. Jasmine wants to form a quorum of the eldest. Dahlia wants to introduce judgment by referendum. Capressa wants to keep Idana's runic judgment. What type of judgment do you prefer? I like the quorum. Ooh, here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. I like the idea of quorum of the eldest. However, elders aren't always right. Could I do a quorum of a mix of people? I want to try to come up with a new option really quick. Maybe there's another option to manage the coven? Something fair but effective. What do you have in mind? To have a leadership that decides on everything without the community's input is problematic. But leaving all executive control in the hands of everyone will produce erratic results. I'm thinking of establishing some sort of ministries to compartmentalize power. Okay. We're working on democracy here. All right. Appoint experts in every matter to deal with law, exploration, magic development, resource management, culture. Anything, really. Set up as many ministries as necessary. All ministers will work along with the leader, but they would have the last word on their respective competences, since they would be the ideal person to make informed decisions about each issue. And how will these ministers be appointed? Do these positions rotate? What happens if someone more competent shows up? Is the minister replaced? I mean, it's really interesting on paper, and it'll be quite effective to have dedicated witches on every important matter. But this will probably breed many power struggles within the coven, fighting for these positions or trying to earn the favor of certain ministers. I mean, isn't that how it is, though? You want the best of the best, as long as there's no backstabbing. I see. Not that the other options don't have downsides. I'm just pointing out what could go wrong with the idea. I think it is still worth giving it a shot if you like it. If you're at the helm, I'm sure you'll run a tight ship and put together an excellent team. I'll help you. Yeah, avoiding corruption in this scenario relies on having a capable leader. Sorry. This is stupid. Yeah. Alright. You are a capable leader. I think you're ready to deal with any kind of judgment system you decide to go with. So, having said that, what type of judgment do you prefer? I want to go with the ministry system. That sounds fun. Gotcha. Now, to law enforcement. These are the stances. Of course, Jasmine wants to set up a system of warnings. I like that, though. Amicable agreement. I don't like that. No. I actually... Yeah, I saw that. I like the warnings leading to expulsion. Jasmine's solution of letting witches accumulate strikes, and, in the event they fail to behave, expelling them from the coven seems quite humane. It's not a bad idea. It doesn't rob anyone of their freedom, and the ultimate punishment is like ultimate freedom, actually. If you don't fit in here, just find a coven to match your philosophy or stay independent. On the other hand, it's exploitable. Witches will be able to cross the line several times without any consequences before they gather too many strikes. And then they'll be trapped into behaving ideally or losing membership. In any case, it's not like they can just go and kill another witch. The magical pact stands above our warning system. The warnings allow for mischief, but I guess it's tolerable. Not all witches are going to be ill-willed. I'm gonna see what the new option is. I don't want amicable resolution. I really don't, because that is so idealistic, is the thing. I have troubled feelings towards punishment as a method of enforcing the law. It keeps law and order through fear, but we can't expect everyone to behave, which is what I think Dahlia's is. Isn't there a way to make punishment constructive? Constructive how? Send bad witches to detention to do some magical studies? That's like exile. Oh, nar. Not that, but hey, that may be an idea. What about community service? Elaborate. Instead of expelling members or, heaven forbid, sending them to exile, We could set up a system of assigning hours of community service depending on the severity of the infraction. Tending other witches' gardens, harvesting magic for the coven, helping the explorers, whatever is needed, really. We could pull that off, yeah. I don't know if it'll look childish or weak in the eyes of some witches, but it'll benefit the community in the long run, definitely. Alright. What time? Alright. I understand. It does feel like the warning's an expulsion. Let's do it, I guess. Understood. Next is forbidden arts. These are the stances. They want to ban. Dolly wants to give free access. Enforce education so we all know what we're dealing with. Well, let's read what we've got. There must be some middle ground between banning and free access. Some summonings or spells can save lives. They could even protect us from major evils. There's much to achieve with the careful application of some of the forbidden arts, so what about extending permits? That's not bad. Make it so a witch can apply to have access to certain... That feels like... Is this gun rights? Is that what we're discussing? Alright. Make it so a witch can apply to have access to certain spells or rituals, and if the coven deems the applicant's purpose and aptitude appropriate, allow them to make use of them. That is an interesting compromise. You know more about forbidden arts than I do, so I'll go with whatever you think is better. How do you want to go? Sure. Sure. It's the Second Amendment. All right. It sucks because in an ideal world, I don't know, I'm torn because people do use guns more than just to kill people. So, you know, that's where I'm thinking. It's like, well, hunting, you know, that does actually help. I don't know. Not, there's a word that I need, like being mindful of hunting so that it's helping environment, because there's a system. Anyway. Wonderful. Now onto mortal affairs. Okay, one is guide them, take care of them. I'm okay with ponder guidance. I'm gonna of course do this. What else could we do about our relationship with mortals? I don't know. If you want to propose an alternative for our program, it should be something drastically different. Just some iteration on our rivals' ideas would feel uninspired or derivative. What about this? We reveal the existence of witches to mortals. Whoa, coming out strong. What's your angle? Whatever decision we make regarding mortals will be morally gray, since they don't know about us. What I propose here is a simple concept. Truth. It'll definitely stir some chaos at the beginning, but in the end, wouldn't it be better if we develop a working relationship and make them aware of our capabilities? Let them ask directly for what they need? That is beautiful, but didn't you pay attention in school? Humanity has a troubling relationship with witches. They burned us for sport. They burned poor innocent women. What can they really do about the real deal? It's like revealing the existence of lions to a rabbit. They can hide or reject us, but in no way will they be able to hurt us. You're underestimating mortals' drive to destroy things, but sure, that could make our program look strong. We can spin a good angle from it. Prepare to be attacked in any debates, though. I will say I am watching Witch Hat Atelier and reading the manga. Which is also very, very on brand with a lot of this. Sure, we can reveal our existence. I'm torn on that, though. I'm torn on that. I like the idea of guidance. I don't like the idea of cutting all ties or exploitation. You know what? We're going for fun here. We're going for wild. I do appreciate that. I feel like this game knew their audience. After that, let's talk about witch duties. These are the stances of our competitors. Jasmine advocates for freedom and trust, for believing that every witch will always have the best coven's best interest in mind. Dahlia wants to institute some sort of magical tax, have every witch share some of their magic output for common projects. Capressa wants to keep Idana's quarterly controls. Alright, what's the new option? There must be another way to make our coven stronger without abusing our members and without degrading the spirit of being a community. In all the years you've spent in this coven, what would you say has helped bring your A game the most? Demand, inspiration, sharing resources. Oh, I know. Mentorship. My mentor, Eugenia, has been a cornerstone in my development as a witch. What do you say we institute a mentorship program? That's a great idea. Right now, one of the most pressing issues within our coven is the power gap between novices and elders. It'll help to tighten the relationship between different generations of witches too. See, that's what I thought was missing. That was the thing about the elders, is that if you only have the elders, who's going to speak up for the younger generation? I like it. But this idea will be way better received among novices than elders. Old witches won't be really getting anything out of this deal, so it'll be a tough sell for the less charitable conservatives. A mentorship is something that requires a lot of time and work, so it'll get in the way of many of the elders' plans. You yourself will be forced to take on some apprentices. Think about what that'll mean for your lifestyle. I see. What are we going to do? I mean, look, we're going for different here. Understood. Finally, we leave the issue of what to do with Idana's corpse. These are the stances of our competitors. Devour, scatter her remains. Capressa wants to conserve and use her as a channel to talk with the gods. What's the new option? What if... Nah, that's too much. Spit it out, we're brainstorming here. A wild idea could lead to something interesting. What if only the... No, I don't like that. What if only the leader gets to eat Idana all by herself? What if you hoard Idana's power all to yourself, you're saying? Yes, become some sort of super leader. If it becomes a tradition, whoever is in charge will become more and more powerful with each generation. I don't like this. Inheriting all the power of their predecessors. Working towards a godlike figure who can safeguard the coven from any evil? That is dangerous. Not a lot of people will agree with this plan. But if you manage to pull it off, you'll be extremely freaking powerful. I don't want to imagine what that would imply for your powers. You will be able to rewrite reality itself if needed. I'll support you if that's what you want. I don't... Here's the problem with the super leader option. That's a lot of dang trust that you're not gonna choose a leader. You have to make sure you're choosing the right leader each time, because you're gonna be stuck with them. Because there is nothing you can do. You know what? Chaos theory. Let's do it. I personally don't like it, and I might be stupid by this. Yes, but we're exploring a game. It's fine. Again, that's putting a lot of trust on one person. And obviously this is a person that gets, not nominated, elected. There we go. That's the word I needed. But that doesn't always work. Not well. Let's review the program as a whole now. This program is unique enough. I believe we are offering quite an interesting option over the plans of our rivals. Yeah, because I went with everything. Let's do it. Chaos theory. Happy with this program. Let's move on. Great. Wonderful. Fantastic. Now, take a minute to look at our program. Internalize it. Believe it. Make it yours. You're going to have to defend all these I read decisions and covenant at the same time. Don't mind me. You're going to have to defend all these decisions in front of your rivals and the whole coven. But most importantly, I'm going to need you to sell the concept of it. And for that, we're going to need a slogan. Ha! Finally, something fun. It's been fun all the way for me so far. You're really enjoying yourself behind that haughty pose, huh? You bet. What would you like to use as a slogan? Really? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I mean... I like take fate into thy hands. Stronger together is so generic and vague. Let's do it. Very simple, but it does the job. I don't know. It's what any coven should aspire to, isn't it? That's why we're in a coven to begin with. Yes, simple is good. The thing is why I do them the stronger together, although I'm sure that's another political... That's another politician's. Sorry. Ooh. I don't know my history. Sorry. Ooh, okay. Slogan is all about marketing. Sure is, and needs to sell the idea of a better future. Stronger and together are both quite desirable terms. Good choice. We're almost done. What else? We just need to start campaigning, right? I mean, here's the thing, is that I like the idea of it really is supporting the underdogs here. Yes, and for that, we need the ultimate, most classical form of propaganda. A poster. What for? It's not like there are any streets in space to plaster with my face. We'll send posters to everyone we know from inside and outside the coven. Try to have them set up in common spaces like temples or cosmic markets. That's not my style at all. That's why I'm here, to do all the nasty marketing you're too self-conscious to do. I just want all this to be over. A few weeks, a couple months at max, and this will be but a memory. You've done 200 years of exile. I'm sure you can endure this. Okay, I give up. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. I was thinking that your new cards have a lot of style. What do you say? Want to compose the poster yourself? Do I have a choice? Not really. You're really talented. Let's just squeeze your artist juices. Oh, that's so cute! Oh, and I can choose whatever purple I want. Because we've got... Oh. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. Okay, we don't need to be this front and center here. Adorable. I can do my thing. Can I move this? I would assume so, yeah. Oh, my thing that I enjoy doing of like lots of... Oh, this is adorable. Oh, and I've also got action lines if I so desire. Oh, I don't know if I so desire. Flip. Layer. Wow. Oh no! Where'd it go? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no. Okay. Flip. Layer. Oh no, I just can't see them on that purple. Oh, that's my problem. Why'd you do that? Why give me action lines if there's an option that you can't see them? Oh, this is adorable. Okay, all right. So we have to do this one then. Flip. Let's see here. Maybe like this? No. No. Oh, I gotta layer that. And then one more action line. Layer. Yeah. Yeah. This is looking real nice. One heart for good measure. I don't want skulls. Sorry, that's not my style. Just for a pop of color. I don't know where this... I want this. I love you. Oh, man. Okay, alright. And then... I could summon lightning. That's fine. That looks nice. Okay, never mind. I don't like the heart. The heart is clashing too bad. But we can add more of these. It's my favorite thing to do. This is adorable. That's so funny. They were like, hey, you know this mechanic that we have you building these cards? Why not just add more to it? Like, why not just use it more than once in a different way? See, like that. Look how cute that is. I guess, oh, I don't like the lightning either. It just stands out bad. I'm gonna make her just a little bigger. There you go. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Maybe one more for good measure. No. Oh, no, frick. I hit the wrong button again. Oh, a big one in the burst up here. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look how cute. I need to move this just a little titch that way. Yeah. That looks nice. Your shoes also match this background, girly pop. What do you think? Pretty cool. You can never have too many stars on a political poster. Should I give it another try? No, it's good. I like it. It's powerful in a very unique way. If anything, it does a great job capturing your essence. We should send this to a museum once the race is over. Haha, shut up. Great, we are ready to win this race. Finally, honestly, I'm really not cut out for this. Yes, you are. Fate provided you with the mean sister to make sure of it. Just my luck. Now, to the unavoidable question. Why don't you draw a card to make sure we win this thing? It's not cheat. Well, it's been on my mind. I believe you should do it. I'm sure the others will be using their own arts to get ahead of the race. It doesn't come without its risks, though. There's always a chance I draw a card that doesn't offer any favorable results to us. I hope I draw my new card, because that's leadership or something or other. And once drawn, there's not going back. Ha! Thanks, typo. That's not even me this time. We could assure our victory, but we could also doom us and make all of our efforts futile. Right. Well, you know your deck better than anyone. Our chances of winning through sheer effort are pretty decent, I'd say. But if you want to remove the anxiety from the competition by determining the outcome, I'm in. I want to do it. I want to do it. Chaos theory! I can't get enough of your divination. It's always so thrilling. Let's hope this thrill pays off. This reading is going to be nerve-wracking. More than reading into your sister's death? Yes? Ouch. Reading into your end was more like morbid curiosity. Whereas this card is about to seal the outcome of many weeks of effort. I'm going to draw the cosmic wheel, to be fair. You're right, I'm nervous too. Hit it. It's the cosmic wheel. My fate's not decided yet. Oh, that's not good. Oh no. Sabotage, adversity, rivalry, tragedy, change and rebirth could be good. This isn't good. This isn't good. Oh, we will win. This was always the case. It'll cost me my friendship with Dahlia and Jasmine, and I'll regret it until I die. That was always the case. I don't like this. Bring some dark times. This was always the case. You already were losing those friendships. There was no way. Fortuna, I'm so sorry. I mean, it's not as if it was unlikely to happen. A political race is too gruesome to just be friends when you come out of it. Maybe. I'm sorry I tried to rationalize it. It sucks. You'll get to make new friends anyway. I don't think so. And you'll always have me. I love you. I will be strong. Don't worry about it. The good thing is that we'll win this. Yes, let's focus on the good stuff. What now? We just wait, arms crossed, to have the leadership of the Coven handed to us? Now you have fun. You can enjoy the campaign knowing that no matter what you say or do, you will get to win. Fun, huh? I'll try. Since we know of the outcome already, now it's all about the theatrics. I guess so. The feeling is similar to when I got to know my own end. It removes a lot of pressure from the very act of existing. We just play our part and wait to see the fireworks. Don't you like the feeling? Now it's all a game. Right? Which is what we're playing. I think I need to rest for a bit now. Gonna go home, take a bath, get my thoughts in order. When I come back, our next mission will be to form a team and start actually doing things. Okay, I'll be here. Chapter 6, Pandemonium. Please wait here. Yuinya will be here in a minute. What is this? Am I dead? Ha! No, don't worry. You're not dead at all. I shouldn't say a lot more, though. Why not? Protocol. This probably doesn't mean much to you, but you are extremely lucky. Yuinya is an exceptional witch. You couldn't be in better hands. What? Come again? Oops. I've said too much, but everything is going to be alright. I must go. Just get comfortable. But, bye. Well? Just get comfortable. Oh, my clothes are still wet. How did this much sand get under my swimsuit? Crap, I still have the keys to the food truck on me. I hope Eva and Patrice managed to get back home okay. I don't recognize those stars. Where the heck am I? Oh, so warm. This feels nice. This place is actually super cool. I wonder if it'd be too expensive to rent for a nice getaway with those fools. Will I ever get to see my friends again? No. This place makes me want to read tarot. The air smells like nothing I've smelled before. It's a mix of nature, fate, and possibility. Gravity feels different too, lighter. I feel like my mind is slowly shedding some dry husk and a fresh breeze is starting to blow through it. This trembling, this isn't fear, it's excitement. Oh no. I feel like I never want to go home. Oh, that's it. That's a deer. I love you already. What? Relax. I'm here to look after you. Yeah, that would be pretty terrifying. But, girl, it's just a furry. Don't mind it. You are from Earth, right? Earthlings always have the worst time processing their ascension. Your collective subconscious is too cynical. Your society rejects magic with a strength unlike any other in this universe. Just let it sink in. This is something good, I promise. Dear. Ha, very observant. My kin are what human witches call deer folk. Oh, and you are a human witch, by the way. Is this really happening? Yes. Congratulations, you ascended. Please, don't be afraid. I'm not afraid. This is the best day of my life. Oh. Everything is set to go. Election day has just been announced. We're merely 32 cycles from it. Away from it. There it is. We have everything we need, so let's get to work. Whoa, we have... Oh, no. Okay. We're playing a resource management game now. Oh, no. The most critical point is... What do we want? What do we do with this massive behemoth? Yeah, that. What do we do with your sister's savior? What could we possibly do with the help of an almighty being older than time who's able to grant wishes? Can you make everyone vote for us? Yes. What are you willing to pay in exchange? No need for that. Fortuna is a wish granter herself at this point. She already wrote that we'll win the elections. Why bother doing anything then? I am compelled by some cosmic force. Oh, I see. We are sentient puppets at this point, aren't we, Fortuna? Would you like me to write you some free will? We haven't explored how well the deck fares against paradoxes. That's an interesting line of investigation. Ahem. Let's focus on the task at hand, please. Oops, sure. What can a behemoth do for free? I could disguise myself as a familiar and deliver messages. I can harvest energy. I can spread rumors. Interesting. And I think that's about it if we don't want to draw too much attention to my powers. It's already more than I expected, so great. Happy to surpass your expectations, oh dominant sister. Which grimoire of clowns did you find this one in, Fortuna? Let's check the vibe of the coven first. Programs have already been made public, so witches are starting to form their own ideas regarding this race. We can tap into the mind of the coven with the Dream Ball. The Dream Ball allows us to get real-time readings on our community's desires and expectations. Hence, we can filter the current vote intention. This will be the pivotal tool for adjusting our strategies as the race progresses. Every action we perform, and the actions of our opponents, of course, will affect the Coven's sympathies, and that'll be reflected in the Dream Ball's readings. I added some men's runes to filter vote intention by demographic. Go ahead and browse through them. I encourage you to put some time into familiarizing yourself with the characteristics of each group. You not only need their votes, but you also plan on becoming their leader, so you'd better take responsibility and do some studying. Luckily for you, your sister is one of the Coven's archivists. I already wrote down a comprehensive demographic analysis for you. Oh my gosh, this is sounding like work. I took the liberty of placing it all in your library for you when you have the time to go and do some studying. Thanks, I guess. I got you. Now, about how we are going to operate. Fortuna, you won't be able to accomplish much by yourself out there, being exiled and all. But we will act as your will outside this room. Just let us know what you want us to do, and we'll set out to do so. It could be promoting some point of the program, looking for allies, gathering intel, harvesting some energy for your deck. Bear in mind that these tasks will take between 3 and 5 cycles each, so plan accordingly. Understood. But wait, what do I do while you're all out? Do your homework. Do some studying, make some cards, or jerk off to relieve the pressure. Patrice! What? It works, trust me. Always so gross. As the race progresses, you'll have to meet some prospective allies or even rivals here in this office. So don't worry, I don't think you'll get much idle time. Okay. Everyone ready? Any doubts? Let's conquer all. Well, rather than conquer, let's have our sisters put their trust in us. Yes, of course. It was a figure of speech. Okay, we can never be too safe with you. Haha. Oh, I almost forgot. I've got something for you, Fortuna. Is this the third? And self. Personal growth and self-realization. Last year, I spent a great deal of time cataloging the Coven's texts and treatises on objects of power. And there was one specific object that kept making me think of you. Here. The root of aplomb. Swallow it, and it'll increase your powers of persuasion. Oh, wow. Thank you, Patrice. It'll live in your stomach for decades, liberating the very essence of willpower, atom by atom. It'll also siphon away your self-doubt. It'll be especially handy for debates against other candidates, or for striking deals when dealing with visits here at home. That's just perfect. Thank you so much. I got you covered. Anyway, let's get to work. Let's make sure we all have a task and get this ball rolling. Stay motivated. All right, tasks. Okay. That's fascinating. I would have thought that we would have been higher up on the novices. Explorers. Dahlia makes sense. Producers. Jasmine makes sense. Academics. I would have thought I'd have more Fortuna. That makes a lot of sense. That also makes... I don't think we're going to win Warriors. So let's see. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. So, demographics, man. Okay, so novices 14. The ones we have the most of are academics. Explorers, producers and explorers would be... So I need to find some way to win academic votes because I'm not doing too bad. And I also need explorers. I don't think I'm going to win explorers. Producers. Academics and producers. Those are the two that I need to hit. That I have a good chunk, but not enough. Warriors, I'm not going to win. So I'm just going to assume that I won't need that. Oracles is great. And novices is another. So I think these three are the three that I need to focus on. Academics first. But I need to figure out how to... I'd like you to... look for allies and opportunities? Is that going to be go to explorers? And I'd like you to harvest energy. So we did that. We've got bed. We can make some stuff. And then we've got... Capressa? Yeah, I thought so. Witch Fortuna. I'd like to formally introduce myself before the race. So she's historian and old. There are some topics I'm interested in discussing with you regarding the nature of the political shift our coven is about to experience. Kind regards, Capressa the historian witch. We can invite. Oh, leaves in the wind. That makes sense. Adorable. Ah, yes. Hello. I am Capressa. Nice to meet you. Welcome. I am Fortuna. Nice to meet you too. Thanks for having me. I wanted to introduce myself formally before the race becomes hectic. That is so kind of you. I'm sorry that you had to come all the way here. There are still 800 years of exile left in the sentence Idana cast over me. I'm well aware. Idana often confided in me. The fear you inspired her was one of her greatest weaknesses. Oh, wow. I don't know how to feel about that. That makes two of us. That's the main reason I decided to pay you a visit. To keep me in check? To form my own judgment. I promise I carry the best of intentions. There's a certain aura around you that tells me I can trust you. Plants. We're more sensitive to this kind of energy. Now I see that Idana's fear was unfounded, a product of her decaying mind. Knowing this, I must ask you and your team to retire from this race. Why? You are too close to your human side to properly govern a cosmic coven. That's what made Idana such a great leader. She had a direct channel of communication with the gods, and was far detached from her human origins. On the other hand, you, Dahlia, and Jasmine. You have an uncountable number of human flaws. Fear, pride, envy, greed. Even what you consider virtues, such as ambition or mercy. Or even the most basic things, such as the need for comfort or enjoyment, cloud your judgment. Flaws, flaws, flaws. But without feelings, can you truly care for your peers? There are many beings in this universe that are better suited for leadership than your kind, precisely because of this lack of human feelings. Have you ever stopped to study the flora? Most witches are too faunacentric to see other forms of coexistence. As a tree, my entelechy is that of growth and community. I lack individuality, I'm just part of a forest. We, the plants, grow, expand, and nurture all around us. The majority of us don't need to feed on the other living beings to prosper. That basic fact alters our whole perception of reality. Human existence is so built on top of sacrifice that you are immune to innumerable forms of brutality. You are a devourer of worlds, and we, the plants, are their healers. I'm going to take care of you no matter how you treat me. Let me ask you a question. What's the most important quality in a leader? I'm gonna say empathy or integrity. I feel like empathy. Maybe selflessness? It's not charisma. It's definitely not charisma. And intelligence, if you don't act right. I'm gonna do selflessness. I don't know. Exactly. To put the group's needs before your own. And even if you invented the word, humans aren't capable of it. All those emotions we talked about before, they're what make it impossible. Satisfaction, respect, honor, friendship, the list is endless. Humans are capable of selfless actions, but not of selfless existences. A leader deprived of all that is just an automata. And what's the problem with that? A leader needs drive, a vision. They need to take risks. And gamble with the future of a whole community? Yes, that's what they do. You put your trust in a leader because you believe in the change they propose. Otherwise, you're just appointing an administrator. And what's wrong with having a fair administrator? Stagnation. Unlike plants, we consider movement to be a symptom of life. I see, so that's what you and your sisters value over stability. I'm afraid human-born witches are like that, yes. Thank you, you've helped me to understand our coven better. Listen, Capressa. What's this buried emotion? What's the matter? I know that you are in love with Idana. That would explain why she wants to keep the body. That is nonsense. Doesn't that conflict with the selflessness you were talking about? It sounds like a liability for the kind of leadership you're proposing. I'm just aware of how big of a loss it is for our coven that Idana died. Maybe you are mistaking that for love. No, you love her, romantically. She gave me her eyes. I can see through you. Oh, wow. That's why your program includes keeping her corpse intact. Yeah. Please, don't say anything. I'm trying to purge this emotion from myself, but I still haven't worked out how to. This has nothing to do with the race. Please keep it between us. No. Our sisters must be made aware of this. I'd do as you must. I don't know. I guess it would be hypocritical of me to hide my feelings. My priority is the coven. It'd be selfish of me to keep this from the others. The thing is that Idana is not well liked. And so Capressa having the I love Idana is going to try to continue her legacy. I don't think that's going to resonate well. I don't know. I think it's time for me to leave now. Would you like me to read your fortune? Would you do that for an opponent? Look, chaos theory. Oh, no. Tell me what it is you wish to ask the cards. There's only one thing on my mind, something really dear to me. Will I be able to safeguard Idana's legacy? Of all the eras I've lived through, Idana's has been the most peaceful and prosperous. Really? At the expense of some of her sisters, but sure. Please, don't poison the reading with your resentment. That's improper of an oracle. You're right. I'll focus on your honest will. Think about Idana while I shuffle my deck. Really? Fortuna, are you listening? Look into their souls. Witness to many kinds of love. The bartender can channel hidden feelings. Oh, this is going to be a kind card, isn't it? Okay, what do we got? You will make peace with it and find new forms of happiness. You will steal one of Idana's masks and drop out of the race. You will leave the coven and start a cult to follow the mask's whispers. Yes, the coven will idolize Idana and her sacrifice. Most will follow her philosophy. I don't like that. I like this one's the kindest, I think. What's up? Happiness is always good news, isn't it? Happiness means nothing to me. Oops, sorry. What I want is for Idana's work to be eternal. Nothing is eternal. I didn't want her. It's fine, I know. I knew this endeavor was meaningless from the moment I set out to do it. But still, I needed to try. I could have made her drop out of the race, but that didn't feel right either. Will you give up now? No, even if it's just the tiniest fraction. Keeping some of Idana's legacy alive is priceless. I see. Thank you for allowing me to peek into the future, Fortuna. And thanks for having me at your home. Good luck with the race. Good luck to you too. I feel like I chose poorly, but that's okay. Well, that took 2 days. Okay. Then I'm guessing that I get to study or make a card. I gotta go down all these stairs. All those stairs. Oh, I could read Patrice's demographics analysis. That'll be helpful. Demographic novices. I did need to know them. The freshly ascended witches in training that still haven't found their calling. Though bear in mind how time works in this immortal society. Some novices find their place in the first few years, but some others may take decades. You don't need the approval of anyone to stop being a novice and join the ranks of the producers, academics, or explorers. On the other hand, warriors require tests first, and to become an oracle, as you're well aware, another oracle needs to dream about you. Strategy guide. The novices are usually pushed around by the rest of the witches, so they welcome any initiative that increases their rights and opportunities. See, that's why I didn't think... Oh, man, what else? Academics. That was the other one I needed to do stuff with. Which is so absorbed with the mysteries of this cosmos that they rarely do anything beyond studying it. See, this is where I think the forbidden magic permits might be nice. They are one of the most, if not the most, prestigious demographics, since they're constantly furthering our craft and talents. And the ministries would resonate really well with them, right? Although, you don't necessarily need to be old to be wise. Academics are the oldest demographic on average. You can count them as the biggest elder representation in this race. In fact, Capressa is one of them, so she may have a slight advantage in this front. Strategy guide. Academics like quiet, control, respect, protocol. They're pretty well off, so they'll welcome anything that maintains the status quo. Shoot. Producers. These witches have a penchant for milking the cosmos. Be it gardening, mining, sewing, or distilling dark matter, you name it. They pride themselves on providing. Without them, we'd all lose many comforts, to be honest. Producers and academics have an almost symbiotic relationship. Producers fund academics' endless research, and in exchange, they reap the latest techniques for furthering the exploitation of this universe. Jasmine is one of them, so she'll have the upper hand with this demographic. Strategy guide. Producers have historically felt underappreciated and overworked. To cater to them, increase their quality of life and relevance. Wow. See, a lot of mine does well for this. Warriors, we're not winning them. Hunters, guardians, soldiers, specialized in all kinds of combat and cosmic warfare. The only thing might be the leader thing. They keep us safe, provide rare materials from demons and other dangerous beings, and they also craft weapons. It's the hardest group to belong to, as it's a very demanding occupation. We barely count a dozen in our coven. Dahlia is one of them, and I'm sure she'll have their undying support no matter what. Strategy guide. Warriors are extremely loyal, so unless something exceptional happens, they're going to be on Dahlia's side. Yeah, I knew that. Explorers. These witches continuously chart the cosmos. This cosmos. Explorers scout new locations, discover new sources of energy and materials, and keep us informed of the latest events around every galaxy. They're usually too busy to mess with politics, so anything goes for them as long as it doesn't hinder their endeavors. Strategy guide. They're pretty easy. Throw them a bone here and there and they'll support us, although the same goes for the other parties too. Is that all of them? Oracles, no. I shouldn't have to tell you about the oracles since they're your lot. They also happen to be the most reclusive of all witches, so you're not really a community per se. Oracles are the least abundant faction in our coven since one can't choose to be an oracle. The only way in is for the cosmos to choose for you to become one. Oracles, with their premonitions and hunches, usually play a supportive role, counseling any witch who's at a crossroads. In reality, what you are is the Sisterhood's therapists. Strategy guide. This demographic is unpredictable. I don't know if it's worth investing time in catering to oracles. Although if you do, I bet you could sway them easily just out of sympathy. Is that everyone? Yep. Oh, can I... I'm done. Okay. Okay. Okay, I gotta click through this really quick. Could study or sleep? Studied enough. Oh no, these are really long. Hand of the World by Eva Sid. The girl was ambling along the path, shrouded in the smoky haze of dawn. She was crying. The words of father still echoed in her head. The warmth of his last kiss still beat on her cheek. Since you were born, I knew there was something strange about you. It's time for you to join your kind. Without further ado, father left her in the thick of the night. The path was narrow and marked a trail that was easy to follow but hard to swallow, a slight furrow of land that led to a whole new life. After hours of walking, the girl stumbled upon the knocker of a trapdoor on the ground, right where the path ended. It was a beautiful and antique-looking piece, a hand carved in bronze holding a sphere between its fingers, a globe. She pulled gently, and the hatch reacted to her touch by opening diligently. The globe was waiting for her. The girl entered the blackness beneath the floor, groping the height of the steps until she emerged into a dimly lit room. As her eyes became used to the gloom, she spotted the hunched silhouette of a woman at the back of a vaulted chamber. Welcome, my child. From now on, you'll be the daughter of another flesh, the sister of another blood. Are you ready for the initiation rite? Sure. You carry within you the primordial force that secretly rules this world, but such a power needs to be tamed. Uh-oh. Power requires sacrifice, just as the world needs balance. The woman approached her. Her skin was wrinkled like the ridges of a freshly plowed field. The force rests in the space between pairs of opposites. We must relinquish one of our senses to focus that force. Sight and hearing govern the rationality of people. Smell and taste drive their emotions. The girl struggled to understand. What about touch? That is the only sense we cannot renounce. We are the hand that subtly rules the becoming. It is the tool for channeling our magic. The girl scrutinized the woman's face, wondering what her choice would have been and what kind of magic she would flaunt. She thought it would be easier to live without some senses than others. Surely there was a catch. Do not be afraid. Look inside yourself and you will know the right choice, said the woman. Okay. So we've got taste, fragrances. Oh, shoot. I'm going without smells. I don't know. This sucks. Right, and you don't get rid of touch because how do you? Okay. Should I do without the countless fragrances with which nature enraptures us? You've chosen to forego the sense of smell, the mighty wave that envelops the most profound desires with significance. Now, I will say, people are like, oh no, if you do smell, you also lose your sense of taste. But I will say, my sense of smell isn't great. I can still taste just fine, so I don't know. Your renunciation will also be your force, because only from humility and detachment can you exercise power. From now on, you'll be able to color the nuances of desire and nurture them with meaning. Okay. And then probably sleep. How many cycles are you falling asleep for, Fortuna? Cosmic meal you dream about. You're walking through the desert in the middle of the night. You can see the lines connecting constellations in the sky. You find a lonely camping tent with a dim light coming out of it. Inside there is a fairy with broken wings. You make love until sunrise. When you wake up, there is no tent, and you are in the middle of an oasis with crystal waters. Yep, okay, that was 3. Everyone's back. Okay. And then we've got probably Jasmine and Dahlia coming our way. Anyway, I'm going to end here. We have a lot to do and a lot to figure out. But now it's just biding our time. We'll see how many cycles I can get through in each one. But for now, hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you next time.